Hello everybody. I'm continuing my Rolling Stones reviews with their 20th studio album, Dirty Work. This was released in March 1986, and it is considered by the critics and many Stones fans to be their absolute worst album. But I actually don't hate this album. I mean, it's definitely not one of their best. It's not one that I play that often. It's not one of their best. It's near the bottom of the list for me, for sure. But I don't think it's bad. There's actually quite a lot to like about this album. Yes, it does have its flaws, and I will get to that. Now, there's a history behind this album. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards were not getting along during the making of this album, and it does show on here. That I think maybe that is what affected the album in a negative way. They were having disagreements about what direction they wanted to go in. Mick wanted to he wanted to move with the times. With like he wanted to do like disco and new wave, while Keith wanted to stay true to the Stones' original sound. Their bluesy rock and roll sound. So yeah, and the Stones. I mean, obviously the Stones didn't break up, thank God, because they're still going to this day. But they nearly did. The relationship between Mick and Keith almost caused the Stones to break up. And of course they both had solo careers at this point as well. So yeah, but luckily a couple of years later, before they did the next album, they luckily repaired their friendship, and so yeah, luckily we didn't lose the Stones. So let's go through the tracks. So it starts off with One Hit to the Body, which I think is a great track. It's a great rocker. I think it's the best song off this album. Most people would agree. I think even people who hate this album actually, I think they do like this song. So yeah, great rocker. It's very catchy. And yeah, great way to open the album. We've got Fight, which, as you could probably tell by the title, it's about Mick and Keith's friendship at the time. And yeah, I like this track. We get Harlem Shuffle, the only cover song on the album. But yeah, I do like this one. Hold Back. I like Hold Back. Too Rude. It's all right. It's a bit of it's a reggae. Yeah, it's a reggae song. I mean, I've got nothing against the Stones doing reggae, but this one, I can take it or leave it. To be honest, it's not bad. I don't hate it. It's just okay. It's just a song it's just a song that's there. Really, it's a bit of filler, but it's okay. I don't hate it by any means. I don't hate any Rolling Stones song. But yeah, but I can take this track or leave it. Winning Ugly is pretty good. Back to Zero, I actually like Back to Zero actually. The title track, Dirty Work, I actually do quite like. Had It With You is okay. And Sleep Tonight is, it's decent enough. And then it ends with the piano instrumental, Keys to the Highway, which it's actually not listed on this album. It's a hidden track, and this was made as a this was a tribute to the Rolling Stones pianist Ian Stewart, who died suddenly of a heart attack while this album was being made. So yeah, it's a good instrumental. I actually really like this. It's very bluesy. So yeah, like I say, I like Dirty Work. You know, while it's not one of their best albums, it's bottom of the list for me, and it definitely has its flaws. Like there's a few tracks on here that I'm not too bothered about, and the production on here is the production hasn't aged well. This album it's of its time, but I still find it to be enjoyable. So I'm gonna give Dirty Work. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. You know, I think that's a fair rating. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think of Dirty Work. Do you think it's underrated, or do you think the critics are right to criticise it? Let me know what you think. Just keep comments civil, yeah. That's all I ask. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and my next Stones review will be on Steel Wheels. So I'll see you then.